Hello, everybody. Good evening. I greet you, Adeyemi. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening, everybody. I hope my voice is coming out loud. Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Omole, I greet you. Long time. I've not seen you for a while now. I greet you, Smiler. Ferdinand, you're welcome. Good evening. Any song, I greet you. Hello, my people. I welcome you once again to this live video. I want to do it like a question and answer session. So I left it open. So I will just respond to your questions. And yeah, if anybody wants to also join, you have something you want to ask, you want to contribute, you are welcome to do so. So I was thinking that, it's important to also have a session like this so that we can just have an open discussion. And I hope it's okay with you guys, because I don't know exactly what I want to talk about this evening, and I have some time before the end of the night. So I thought that I would just do this open session. So you're welcome once again, and I will be looking at your questions. And you can also call into my line, or you can join the stream. Let me put the link. Yeah, so I want to leave it open this evening. I think it's been long that we did a session like this. Ada, I cite you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Uche. You're welcome. Lighters, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so this is the link, and I will also put my. Okay, so let me put the link, share the link again. It didn't go through on one of the pages. No, yes, it did. So let me put it on. Yeah, it's been long. I typed this number. I've almost forgotten. Yeah. Yeah. So I will leave my telephone open. You can call, you can join in. So I've left it open. Yeah. So it's a question and answer section. So you're welcome to have your say. Basically, that's what we are doing this evening. So I'm going to give it like half an hour and see how we roll tonight. Ah, okay. I should also ask questions. Okay. Yeah. So the question that I would really want to ask is, how are you guys coping with the economy in Nigeria? Because a lot of people are complaining that, things have gotten extremely expensive. And that has always been something that I'm wondering, like, I mean, it has always been difficult in Nigeria. So how are you guys coping in this present situation? Like, I don't know how it is, from dollar, when you are looking at the exchange rate used to be like 100 and something, and all of a sudden, when you are thinking that getting to 700 was really high, 600 was really high. And now we are looking at exchange rate that is like 1,200. That's a lot, right? So I'm wondering how it is and how you are coping with it, especially because there is no increase in salary. Or is there increase in salary? Like, how are you doing it? Like, yeah. Good evening. Where is gentle? You say, where is gentle? Now so we hear and reach. So that one where they put ogogoro for a high table. Ogogoro master. We don't know. He has not made any video yet. So obviously he's hibernating, he's on the run, or I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see another Ogogoro declaration. The way he will set his table, his high table, and then he will put Ogogoro on top. you know. So I don't know. I don't know. I've not seen now. I'm telling you guys now. Report are the reports now. I don't get their matter for her, but as they do an hour, they report. So far, there's nothing to report. So any day I see information about him again, I go see what I go gain if I no share with you guys. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for your own answers. Those of you in Nigeria, how are you coping with the economy? Has there been increase in salary? What is going on to match the increase in expenditures? Yeah, so if you're just joining us, you're welcome. This evening we are doing a question and answer session. So if you have any questions or you have any contribution, you can ask, you can contribute. If you have something you want to tell us, you want to educate us about, you're welcome to do so. And I've shared the line, I've shared the number. You can join the stream, you can call on the phone. It is open. So I'm waiting for your response. Okay, our brother is saying that the exchange rate has, makes them not to make any profit. It's like they're just trading and making no profit at all. And I can imagine it, because normally when um prices of goods goes up like this, normally there should be some increase in the salary. And I've not heard that there was an increase in the minimum wage, for example, especially for those people that are working. Like, this is why there's too much crime. So when there is no help for the people in any way, in any form, like the people are just left on their own, then the end result is extreme, unimaginable crime everywhere you look. Eh? Everywhere you look. I've answered surely now. So for the people not to make profit, that one is understandable. So it means, like, even if people want to produce in Nigeria, I don't know how it's going to be, because they will also need increased cost for production. So however you do it, you're not going to beat that high price. Good evening, Nugi. You're not going to beat that high price. Yeah. So and another thing that it used to baffle me these days is, like, back in the day when I was in Nigeria, we used to travel. Like, there was no telephone. Like, when you are traveling, be that. You would just say bye bye until you get to your destination. Maybe you write a letter. And today we are hearing so many incidents of kidnapping, the high rate of buying people for ritual. So I don't know that whether it is higher now, or is it because the possibility to report them is more available, so we are getting to hear all of them, or is it that right now it is an epidemic, like people are just going missing, that they are not finding them because so many people are desperate to go and do money with them. And then if that is the case, then what is like, I've not seen that the government have started to do anything about native doctor, because right now native doctors and all these people that claim that they are doing juju, they are the one that want to do money ritual, those people are like terror, those people that are sponsoring terrorism. Like, I believe they belong in that category, and it is time government's supposed to start doing something about them. Wow, I'm so sorry about that. G Simon said his elder brother was robbed 2 days ago in Benin City. Benin City has always been a hotbed. I remember back in the day when we are traveling and we are passing through Benin City. In fact, by the time we get to Benin City, like, it's like attention. Benin, and when we get to Umunede, like, everything has to be at attention going towards Onitsha, like, those are the peak areas. And I can't imagine how it will be now, with the excuse of high cost of living and no job, no means of income. So the government cannot expect that there will be peace when there is nothing for the youth. Like, people are restless, and people are now having telephone and internet to be seeing. And for some reason, Nigerian people, they have the need to flaunt their wealth. I don't know why you need to come to internet to show, oh, my 7-year-old son just bought his first car, and you now come and show your first house, that you have built your house. And then, like, Nigerians love to flaunt their wealth. And that flaunting will be triggering, oh my God, see me now, hey, see my mate, oh, my life, oh, not like this, you know. I don't know why Nigerians have that need to flaunt their wealth from the highest to the lowest. Like anything that they acquire new, they will come and flaunt it in a place where there is so much poverty, so much lack. Like I was looking at the video of this pastor Fufuye, and he was gifting his wife 55 million in cash inside church, right? And the woman was rolling on the ground and the money was pouring on her. Like this is unbelievable. This is the height of, when we're talking about lack of empathy, not being sensitive to other, not having compassion. This is part of it, because if you are sensitive to environment, if you are compassionate towards that people you say you are pastoring, that you are their shepherd, you will not come and show that disregard their poverty, their need, to come and show that kind of unconventional opulence. 55 million naira for one person in one day, in one place, whereas the whole people there, most of them are struggling, trading. So the insensitivity is just too much. And please, if you are following me on this page, don't know that you just have to be careful. The things you show, you have to be asking yourself why. If you want people to know your new stance now, where the level you have gotten to, why? What do you think is the need that you have inside of you that makes you want other people to know your latest achievement? Because I don't get it other than ego. Hello, Duxie, I greet you. Pastor Fufunye. Is it not Fufunye? What do they call it? No any increase in salary. The minimum wage is still pegged at 30. The 5K increase that the current government promise has not yet been implemented. That is that is very, 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 very bad. And the problem Nigeria have is the tribal aspect, where everything, first of all, you have to take the tribe into consideration, because when something like this is happening, the people will go out on the street to protest as Nigerians, not as people that they want the country to be burned down, they want the country to be destroyed because it's not somebody from their tribe, or the people that will defend the government at all costs because it's somebody from the ethnic group, that kind of a thing. So we're always having that, and who is benefiting from the differences of the followers of the people is the few people in government. And I was watching a video, they were talking about the cars that they want to buy, and Shehu was asking that man that, okay, come on now, don't you people have cars already? And he was like, so do you have, can't you use Sienna bus? He was like, can't they use Sienna bus? Must it be that expensive one? And he was like, so you want me to go there 2 times and the bus will spoil? The way they were talking, you see that they are completely out of touch with the people that they are governing, right? But because of there are so many elements that are fighting to have the country to burn down, and the leaders are not helping the matter. I don't know what is going to happen, honestly, because the way they are carrying on as being extremely insensitive, nobody does that. Nobody does that. No government can do that and expect that the population will just carry on, and there will be no impact. There will be. And one of it is this extreme insecurity, extreme crime rate. It happens even in America, in some parts of America, like I was showing you guys in San Francisco, where the cost of living has skyrocketed. People cannot pay house rent, people cannot pay, people cannot meet up their need. Everywhere people are stealing, broad daylight robbery, in shops, in everywhere. They are breaking down things, they are looting cars. Is to be expected. So I don't understand what makes the people in leadership to be completely aloof, because somehow they are not feeling the impact at all of what their leadership is causing the people. um our brother said he got his own 35 and he finished the same day. No, it's too low. They're supposed to do something. They're supposed to do something. And that's what I was also saying, that this palliative that they did was fraud, because if you want to give palliative, you have to select the people, the category of the people that will get it, and the money is supposed to go directly into their account. But going to be buying food stuff and giving people, I mean, you can do that, but you need to be able to give people some money so that they will use that money to buy other things. So, like if you give them rice, they need something to cook that rice. So they need to have money to be able to do other things. So even buy medicine, go to the hospital, transport themselves, so many things. So the government, the people, I don't know how much these people think that they can steal, but like they are not understanding what is going on in the world at all. And it makes me sad because when you are looking at what is going on in the whole world, for example, in many places you can say this is what Europeans are doing, this is how Europeans are manipulating, the Europeans are doing this, Europeans are doing that, or you say, these Arab people, look at what the Arab people are doing with but I think that for the first time we are seeing that in Nigeria is the only place that we can actually see what black people are doing to themselves directly. Like this, Nigeria is the pure case study. It doesn't matter whether if somebody say yeah, they are controlling them, like they are puppet, like those video that they play cartoon, like stage, if they use figures and somebody will be somewhere controlling it, moving it, and that will be the movement they are doing. That's what they call puppets. So like even if somebody is somewhere, like you cannot tell me that just because someone is there remoting you, that you cannot use your own mind to do something for yourself like a human being that you are. And they continue to make us a joke. Like if you go to all the schools, no one is functioning, all the medical, everything that government is supposed to do. And the road that they are boasting, majority of the part of the country, there is still no road, right? So the government is not really doing well. And like I shared with you guys in the chat, this issue of Japa, to go out and get a better life, it didn't start today. It is it's something that has been ongoing, right? And still the people that find themselves in leadership, they still don't understand that what is at stake and how the whole of the world is looking at people that are coming from our part of the world. And especially when they are looking at the resources that we have the oil that Saudi Arabia have, but look at what Saudi Arabia have done. So most times we used to think that it's religion, but look at what Saudi Arabia has done. Even with the religion still strong, still very conservative, it didn't stop them from developing. The same way in Europe, the religion did not stop them. In fact, the religion was used as an anchor, right? The religion was used as an anchor, and they still, like today in Germany, Sunday, everywhere is closed. There's no shop. Like it's a public holiday. And most things are closed. The things that are running are like hospitals, transport, those basic essential things. But all shops are closed on Sundays because they are still following that religious Christian background. So all the Christian holidays, they will still have public holidays on those days, right? And it didn't stop them from developing. So we really need to do something better, and especially because somebody is from your ethnic group, that you cannot criticize them, you cannot call them out, and that thing is really holding us back. That thing is holding us back, and the politicians, they know, and they use it all the time. They use it all the time. He said Senator Ali Ndume was on Arise TV with Rufai Oseni the other day. You can imagine his response when he was asked about the 160 million Prado Jeep. Can you imagine 160 million? That's even offensive to think about, right? He said it is essential for the members of the National Assembly to get a better car of that nature because the Nigerian roads are not good. Yeah, I was like, okay, what becomes the fate of ordinary Nigerians on those same roads? And can they use the money budgeted for the Jeep to repair those roads? Just look at our leaders' priority. Exactly. You are absolutely right. I think that's the same video that I saw that Shehu was asking him and he was saying all those things. Yeah. So you say that the roads are bad. Then whose responsibility was it to produce, to repair those roads, to put those roads in order, to build quality roads? Yours. yours. And then, okay, 160 million, what if you convert that money and use it to build and repair the road so that you can buy a less expensive car? It's a win-win for everyone. The road is good and motorable. Like, I was looking at the video of the Benin bypass. That's a shame. A whole federal road, a Benin bypass, a major road that is supposed to help commuters. No wonder kidnapping was prevalent in that place, because of the state of that road, because there's no way for you to move fast. It's almost like a trap. It's a trap, and people will get there and they are trapped. You understand? People will get there and they are trapped. And that is a major road. And I don't know why. Why will you, because of you are being partisan, you are being ethnic oriented, that you cannot call out bad thing? It doesn't matter who is doing it. That is the only way the society can move forward. Because the politicians, they know very well, all they need is to ignite that ethnic tension, and then we will leave what is important. But at the end of the day, their priority will be to buy a car, a Prado Jeep that will overcome all those hindrances on the road, while you, with your cheaper car, because of course you cannot afford that car, you will be stuck on those roads, and then you will be suffering it, and they don't have that to bear. So I think the people have to start to reorientate themselves. I saw Asari Dokubo making a video and calling out President Tinubu for the kind of appointment that he was making, that is clearly ethnocentric. And a lot of people were laughing at him and saying, oh, see you now, and see how you are not saying it. No, come and sing is a Jagabanton. There's nothing wrong for him to say, okay, this is the person I'm supporting, this is the candidate I choose. And there's nothing wrong in him calling out that candidate if he goes, if he doesn't do what he feels is the right thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong about it. And that is actually how politics should go, right? So what we are doing is like, we are acting as if we have any perfect being anywhere, and then when that perfect being come, everything will become perfect. No, obviously we have continued to see such things does not exist. So we are supposed to be asking for the right thing to be done. However, so that we don't just openly be supporting anything just because of this or that. You understand? Because of course we can never all agree on one thing, and we cannot always stand on the same thing, but we can always have that space to respect other people's opinion, to also understand where that person is coming from. Like, if somebody can say, okay, I hear you, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't agree with you, that is acceptable. But to try to shut the person down, to try to say keep quiet, start insulting the person, start attacking the person, start fighting with the person, it means that you are not looking at the point that the person have brought up. Instead, you are looking at a place that you want to fight. And what happened? The people continue to fight themselves while the politicians continue to loot the resources. And they will be calling billions and millions. But when it comes to meet with the people, there will be no money. They'll be talking at 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira. But when they're talking about their own money, they'll be talking millions and billions. That's the language, We'll be hearing millions and billions. Like, for example, I saw a video. They said there was a convention going on in Owerri. Thank you, my African TV. They said there is a convention going on in Owerri. Politicians came for Imo State government. And then there were some old school people that have booked that hotel. They have booked that hotel, and they were coming there for reunion. And unfortunately, incidentally, is the period they chose is clashing with the period that the politicians were going to be in town to attend to Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State. And what happened is the person that owned the hotel canceled all their reservations, and they were not able to have any reservation. Why? Because the politicians have taken over the whole place. And I can imagine, like, at first you will say this cannot happen because they already have their reservation. But I can imagine that the politicians don't want to mingle with ordinary people, because they cannot be in a hotel where other ordinary people are also having accommodation in that same time. It is it's like for them, they are so elevated. It's like water and the oil, they don't miss. So if they are going to be there, the ordinary people have to go and find an alternative. It's on them because their life is so important. They are so especially special that you cannot just be allowed to mingle with them on a normal basis, and they can also argue for security, for protection, they can argue all those things. So I can imagine how that can happen. But if it was election time, that's when you see them, they mingle with ordinary people. That's when you see them have exchange with ordinary people. But that's just it. Once election is over, that the demarcation is drawn, the line is drawn. You day your day, I day my day. You understand? Good evening. Yeah, so we need to elevate. We need to elevate, basically. We need to elevate, and the need for us to show wealth is especially in the midst of so much lack, there is no wisdom in it. It's pushing a lot of people into and a lot of people already have corrupt mind, a lot of people already jealous, and then you are showing that opulence, you are showing your beautiful house, you are showing your new clothes, like you are showing everything, like as if you are in competition. Life is not a competition. Life is not a competition. You get yours. Like at the end of the day, everybody must not be rich. All fingers are not equal. Everybody must never be rich. There is never going to be a time that everybody will make it to one particular point. But everybody will be able to exist in their own time, in their own space, in dignity. And that's what matters. So that we begin to give people dignity and respect them, not because of how much they have, but because we are seeing that, we are looking at this person, say this is a human being and he deserves our respect, like seeing human beings as equal to us. That's the major problem Nigerian people are having. We have a problem of class. Nigerian people are like, they are steeped in that. So ethnicity is already there, and then class, that class is the one that they take it anywhere they go. If they go here in this Germany, they take that class with them. They will not associate with you if you don't have document, if you are not, if you this, if that, like it goes on. If you're not a graduate, like they are all having categories, and we are the only people that do that in the Nigerian people. We are the only people that do that value people based on who we think they are and what we think that they have. And so at any time, Nigerians are in competition. And because they have that mindset that they are competing with each other, that's why every time they will come on social media to come and show everything that they have. They will show the new house that they have acquired. In fact, they will even go as far as to show the progress their children are making, how their children are the best, how their children are, those kind of a thing. Meanwhile, we are all living in this life together. We are subsisting together. We are existing together. You understand? I mean, we are existing, we are living in this space together, and everybody is experiencing their own life at their own space and in their own time, and nobody is feeding anybody. Nobody is like, I don't know. It's I can see the correlation very clearly. Why people go into crime? Why all sorts of crime? Because they want to meet up. Because if they don't meet up, there's an attribution that is made towards somebody that look a certain way. For example, young men that don't reach a certain level, that don't have certain things, they cannot talk to certain women, they can't even think about it, all those kind of a thing. So everything is staged, like Nigerians just stage everything against themselves. They just stage everything against themselves, and then you see this high level of insecurity and crime. But the one of buying people for ritual, I don't know that anything can take away that one. Like that one is that one is the height of it. And I'm even wondering why the whole world media have not descended on Nigeria, because this is unbelievable that this is happening in a time like this. So this bingo just came here to say you don't have work. So the bingo that has work now came to a platform where they don't have work to come and type that you don't have work. Hey, oh, Bindo, Peter, DMs, we are seeing the work you are doing. Your work that you are doing is to go around in every platform to be typing that they don't have work. We see your work. Okay. Yeah. So my people, I'm doing question and answer. If you have any question, you can ask me and we'll take it from there. Thank you, Adeola. I greet you. Mr. You don't have work. Tell us now what do you do for a living? Eh? You Mr. Hardworking Peter. Greetings, Daniel. Long time. How have you been? Mr. Peter DM us. What do you do for a living now? Working harder man, hard working man. What are you doing for a living? Where do you work? You work on Facebook comment section. Good evening, Martin. I greet you. Mr. Peter, who told you that marriage is an occupation? So your work is to marry. Your work is to marry. Hey, whoa. Bingo. Okay, I see that you really don't have work. Let me excuse you. Maybe you will see work inside the bush. Ewu. You're welcome back. You're welcome back. Chi, I cite you're welcome. Danny, you're welcome. So we are doing a question and answer session. You can see that it's not, I'm not talking on any topic per se. Yeah. And Prime Minister has promised Hope Uzodinma in Imo State that it's going to be a lockdown. So we are going to see how that will play out. Yeah, my people. So I wish that um Nigerians can become less materialistic and less showy, like trying to show off. Clark, I cite you, you're welcome. I wish Nigerians can show less of. I wish that Nigerians can develop compassion, like try to be empathic, try to show compassion, to become compassionate people, to be able to look at somebody and feel some empathy, you know, and feel some love, because it is lacking among Nigerians. And we see it a lot. So, for example, if you come to abroad, for example, you see a lot of people have the problem that they will bring their wife to the abroad, and they will become total strangers that some they may even end up buying each other or buying one of themselves and just destroying everything, because that mean like e go be like say dem dey vex, like dis people dem dey carry vex come or something, like no be dis person you dey marry, like no be dis person dey marry you or something like that. So because that compassion is not there, one of the impact of not having compassion is lacking gratitude. Nigerian people tend to lack gratitude. So anything you do for a Nigerian person, don't expect gratitude. But gratitude is an attitude that is learned. It's something you can learn. How to be thankful. How to be thankful. So, thank you, thank you. It's something that people have to learn. Most times it is lacking. And when you do people a favor, they will just think that, well, that's how God wants it, that God just use you as a vessel. That's how God wants it, you understand? So because of that attitude, many people will say, okay, shey na so God want her, then let God go and bring that vessel. If I don't help you, shebi God will bring another vessel. So most of the time we just see Nigerian people leaving others hanging dry. Because why? If you go and pull head and pull hand, say, let me try and help, most of the time it comes back with regret. It's like what they say, no good deed goes unpunished. Like nothing, no good deed, like whenever you do any good thing, it's always coming back with a punishment. You can say that is what is, correlated with Nigerian people. Like when you do them a good favor, they will not think about it that this is something, like you went out of your way, you deprived your way or yourself of something, you gave them that thing from the abundance of your heart, because you had compassion on them. Or because they cannot reciprocate that compassion, they will trivialize that help. They will trivialize that extent that you have gone for them. They will say it is nothing. What is it? Is it not only this one? It's only this one. It's only this one. But they forget that without only this one and without only that one, you will not materialize to what and where you are. So I think all this thing is coming together, and now most people who are in a position to help or to do anything, they are afraid. They can't do anything. And you cannot blame them, because if you try to say, let me step in, let me do something, you come back and backfire. Look at what happened to this lecturer in Foot Mina. This woman is a lecturer in the Federal University of Technology, Mina. And just 3 weeks ago, she went to get a girl in that around that place to come and live with her and help her. And in exchange, she will be paying for the girl's school and something like that. And there is no evidence that this woman have done anything wrong to this girl. Just that this young girl came into her house and started stealing, and not being gracious like you expect. Just a 14-year-old girl. And then she said, okay, oh, since it is like this, I'm sorry, we can't do this. You have to go back to your house. And this girl went home and came back with two of her classmates. They are all in SS2. That is in, just one more year to finish secondary school. And they came back and they pied that woman. They came back into her house and tagged that woman and pie her inside her house. Young boys and girl, a girl of 14 years, and now she use her mouth dey talk, and when police dey ask am. So this is coming from a place of lack of compassion. And you can imagine if that woman have stayed on her own and be managing herself, however, that thing will not happen to her. But in just 3 weeks that she just went to take a young girl, just be going to school, I'll pay your school fees, maybe help me around the house, let me have someone to be talking to in the house, something like that. He could, he don't buy the woman. Just like that. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, honestly. Because I think that when I was in Nigeria, it was not this bad. People used to be compassionate. And in fact, it was out of the compassion of fellow Nigerians that most of us, survived. Because, who has it all? But people were really friendly and compassionate back in the day. But I don't know what is going on now. Now, it's almost like a rat race, honestly. Eh? Yeah, I don't know what is going on. Like it's almost like there is somewhere they are racing to. There is something that's somewhere that they like, that lack of feeling, that lack of emotion. I don't know what happened. Like, how can you look at a young woman that did not do anything to you? You cannot say she beat me. You cannot say, and she said it. She didn't do her anything bad. She just go and bring her. They now suggest. And interesting thing, the way she deflected all the guilt, all the things that made them to buy that woman. She said, it is this one, it is this one. Meanwhile, you are the one that went to bring them. So what is your intention to go and bring those boys to her house? Right? And how can you have friends like that? What do you do normally when you are not in her house? Like you are supposed to be students going to school. Which means as an adult, you can't even go out and say you want to correct a child, because in those days you can even correct another child and say, don't do that. Who is your mother? That means you can't do it today, because if you do it, if you are going, they will organize and come and meet you on the road, right? So I don't know what is going on. Like the government, they are not doing their own. The parents are not doing their own. Like the society is like on a downhill, and I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know what is going to happen because when people lack moral, they have no moral compass. Moral compass is like when you have something that is guiding you and you say this is wrong, this is right, this is a taboo, this is not done, this is unacceptable. But right now I feel like there is no moral compass for young people in Nigeria to follow. Everything goes, everything goes. Criminality, forgery, crime, everything goes. Hello. 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 Good afternoon.
Yes, so I saw where you asked about what went wrong. So that is why I called in to say something. I know where I kind of want. We kind of have to blame it 90% on the family because that is where we all started. Remember that family is the basic agent for socialization before you meet the world. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Remember that family is the basic agent of socialization before you be pushed into the society to go and strive for your own space. So I think I'll give it to the family. I have a kind of a tangible example. There is this young comedian. I don't know if that thing is a comedy. I don't know if it is his true life experience. They call him Oke Bakasi.
Okay.
He is a Nollywood actor.
Yeah, I know Oke Bakasi now.
So he said that in the first movie he featured, they paid him 50,000 naira. That was about 20 years ago. It was a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So he went home in a big way. That was whenever it was. I think it's over 20 years.
Okay.
He went home in a big way. After in that movie, the scene he played, a vehicle killed him. In that movie. So they paid him a whole lot of money. They paid him 50,000 naira in that scene.
Okay.
So when he went for Christmas, he went.
I don't know why your network is breaking.
I don't know. He said that when he went home, he came with a lot of goodies that the mother was crying and hugging him and screaming on top of her voice. The mother asked him, "Why, son? Where did you get all this money from? I thought that Moto killed you. We saw you in the TV." He told her, "Mommy, Moto did not kill me. That was just a movie scene. I was paid money, and that is where I'm living this lifestyle I now have." So when he wanted to go back to Lagos during January, the upper year, when the East was still safe to travel for Christmas, the mother said, "Kneel down, let me pray for you, my son." The mother prayed for him and told him, "My son, in the previous movie scene, a small vehicle pied you and you generated a lot of money. When you go back to Lagos, may trailer buy you this time in Jesus' name." No, I'm not saying it was a joke. It was like funny to the TV interviewer that interviewed him. But it was kind of, I took it to heart.
That's where when the mother have that kind of mind that if na small motor buy you for the film, they give you this money. So if trailer can't buy you for the film now, they go kukuma carry bank give you.
The whole world. They'll give you the whole world. So I took it to heart. I took it personal. I see things different from the way people see it. I don't know if I'm being weird, but that is who I am. So I interpreted it differently. I kind of was raised by a woman who didn't have a whole lot. But reaches out to every single human being she's better off. She goes as far as sharing her wrapper. I remember the first wrapper her in-laws bought for her to marry when they married my other sister. She gave it to people she believed that they can't afford to tie good wrapper to come for that wedding. I'm being honest to you. I remember that she has people in her list that she has to share food with on daily basis. She said there was one day somebody came to mock her and begged her for rice. The person said, "Come and give me out of these bags of rice that waivers are eating in your house." Honestly speaking, she said she didn't even have a cup. She just called the person that sells rice and cup and said, please give this person 10 cups of rice. The person gave her and she went and cooked. To that person, she has given her out of the abundance of bags of rice being eaten by everybody. Truth, she paid for that rice from her pocket. So that was the type of mother that raised me. And that is probably why I am full of positivity. That is probably why I believe that life, everybody should be positive, everybody should be reaching, everybody should be touching. Imagine that I was raised by a mother who reminds me that I have been in America for how many years, and these people are buying trailer. Imagine that I was raised by a mother who reminds me how many of my classmates have made it without reminding me how many of them that are in the grave. Imagine, this is exactly where things fell apart. The family had your, that is, had your, they don't even know where they send children. They set standard for these children, they set places for these children. I'll give you an example. I migrated to America with visa lottery. People like Chimamanda came to America with family-sponsored student visa. And she was a student. She came here before she came. Accommodation was secured, everything. And then I was coming. I didn't have anywhere I'm going. Imagine that my parents were using her as a yardstick. Tell me, oh, she already got a bachelor's degree and she's just there for 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is. Because American system of education, you can graduate faster if you complete the coursework faster. Especially if you are not studying a specialty course. I think she's studying literature or whatever. If she's studying medicine, yes, she will have a cohort. But if you go to study things like sociology, psychology, my dear, arts and whatever, literature, you probably won't have a cohort. If you can decide to take 4 classes when others are taking 1, they will give you your degree. So imagine that they use somebody who had a foundation. People like Dora Akunyili, the children, they came to America, they had admission, that was what brought them in. They studied within a short time frame, they already had their degrees. And then they already, probably before they are 25, they already had their masters. As 25, 26, I was busy struggling to have children, raise family, go to school as now go back to masters with children. And these people, they probably have PhD before they even talk about marriage. Then, if they are using them as a yardstick for your children, that is where.
Okay. Yeah, I think I get your point. I get your point. Like, you know, not
Another thing that destroys things is that people interpret culture for poverty. My people, hear me and hear me today. Culture is not poverty. That you see Igbo person making his soup with ogiri and onugbu, it is simply culture. It is not anywhere demeaning that an American will put cheese in every meal, and the Igbo person will put ogiri in every meal, or a Yoruba person will put iru in every meal. It is simply the way they spice up their food and season it for flavor. It doesn't equal poverty. Do not think that bottled food is better. My people, hear me and hear me today. The less genetically modified, the less chemical in your food, the faster it digests, the faster your system get rid of it, the lesser you're going to get sick from food. Culture shouldn't be interpreted as poverty. I see a lot of people, when they migrate from Africa to this place, they will realize that they can afford a whole box of chicken under $10, and they will eat a whole box of chicken and post it on social media. Those who are not overeating, who are not binging on chicken from Africa will start commenting and saying that they are living in a useless country, they can't even afford 1 lap. Right, let me tell you, dietitians recommend the dietary intake of that chicken as 2 ounces a meal, not 1 full lap. Okay? Culture. Did you see that our culture of eating all those crickets and everything, whatever you name it, you can find in the bush. There is no difference between you and America eating their GMO chicken. Culture is not poverty. That's another thing that destroys society. When they come here and see things that were not supported by our culture, they will look for money by hook or crook means to buy it. Because just like African food is very expensive to cook overseas, that is how foreign foods, imported foods are very expensive to cook in Nigeria. Because each other direction, you bear a heavy brunt transportation from point A to point B. And the value of your position is going to be calculated into the money. you are paying to acquire those things. You see like people eating ground beef. I pity you because you are just eating what is it called? Cholesterol dense type of food without having medication, without having atorvastatin for $30 a month to flush it off your system or to keep your cholesterol in check and prevent sclerosis, coronary artery diseases, and most, and a lot of them. Another thing that destroyed this thing is the competition. When the family raise rogues and put them out there, they will say, go and compete. How do you ship your child to Lagos, ship your child to Abuja, ship your child to Kaduna without destination? There is no money to start life. There is no accommodation well prepared. They just carried bag and left. It's going to be a life for, it's going to go back to what John Locke called brutal survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
It's going to go back to where the theory of government originated. So that is 3 things that went wrong. You can't just ship out to a child. Igbos practice the apprenticeship system from the ages. However, a child carrying a bag in the past to the city has a master who is going to his house. So I don't want to put mouth in that. I don't want to delve into that apprenticeship system in a whole lot today because somebody was saying Igbos are so loving, they thrive in the apprenticeship system. Did you really interview those apprentices and notice that they survived? It wasn't a very beautiful experience that they survived. And the moment they get to where they will be settled, the master will tighten the noose on their neck to make sure that they don't keep up the expectations. So they will be kicked out in 6 days. I have somebody it happened to, somebody very close to me, it happened to. It's not a rocket science. So when you send your child to Kaduna, make sure to remember that those people sending their children to America, they already paid accommodation, they already found house possible. Sometimes they put a rental car into their package so they can go from point A to point B. Stop doing what others are doing. Life is not custom made. What works for me might not work for you. And what works for you might not work for me. When we put these 3 things that I talked about into consideration, families should stop raising.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my dear sister.
People should understand that culture. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. My phone is so crazy.
Yeah, no problem.
Let us look inward. They are shouting government now. Blessedom, make it make sense to me. How those things that you don't even need anything to produce, you go to the bush and plant things like this velvet tamarind. You come and keep the price as if you imported it from America. Is that government? Is it not the fact that everybody is greedy, waiting for opportunity for someone else to fall?
Yeah, but you know, if that's all you have, and you have to sell it to be able to buy other things that you don't have, so you have to sell it at a price that will also give you the possibility to buy the things you don't have.
Imagine that everybody realizes that government is not for us, that the only people we have is us, and do this thing. They are shouting the hardship in America, in Nigeria today. Can I tell you, there is no 1 bedroom in America today. I don't care how old, how dilapidated it is, that is less than $1,000. And as I speak, I live in a Republican-controlled state. Minimum wage is $7.25, 320 naira a day for 40 hours. $680 a week for this thing. So how in the world do you pay for 1 bedroom apartment for $1,000? There is no light bill there. There is no water, trash, and gas bill there. You've not paid your health insurance. You've not paid bought gas, let alone eating. Before you shout at every this thing, then what keeps America going? Americans do not thrive on government. Individuals carry each other along. There are places they call food bank. There are places the churches will go to farmers, collect food items that they were not able to push into the market. And the person will give them receipts for tax deductions. The churches will come and announce, come here and grab your own food. There are people who depend on food banks to feed, and a whole lot of things like that. It is the citizens that carry each other along. I have one nationality of Nigeria and America. I have never seen a country where government takes care of the people. It is the people that take care of themselves. Nigeria, we dream of, we want, we will love, we happen. The very day I stop seeing you as a trap, you stop seeing me as a need. We believe we add value to each other's existence and realize that government is there to tighten the noose on our neck. I depend on you to function, I depend on me to function. That is what made those places that we dream to live in, we dream to be like Nigeria. That is what distinguishes them from Nigeria. Don't take my word. Remember, I have been in America for a decade. I live in Nigeria for over 2 decades. So I have a degree in both countries, working in advanced degree in America. So I have quite reasonable experience both in the society and in the academic industry. So I know what I'm talking about. It's not just coming from what I see. It's coming from a lot of things that were backed by scientific research. That's all I have to say this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Igwe, you're welcome. John K, I greet you. Yeah, our sister added some valuable points there, especially the one of people carrying each other along. And that is true. For example, in the Southeast, we have so many people that are rich, right? So people supposed not to be so desperate in the Southeast if we were looking out for each other, you know. Although some communities at some point, like especially Christmas time festivities, they will buy rice and you know, some of this food, and they will distribute it among the clans and the family. You know, they do that. But I wish that we can have, like all these our big people, that they will have foundations, that they will have a scholarship fund. Like if I am privileged, those are the kind of things I would look forward to do. And especially for widows and orphans, especially because we have a society that nobody cares whether you are poor or you are rich. For example, here in this country, Germany, their private schools is everybody will, if they give you admission, they are going to be, the school fees is according to your income, you know, not that flat rate that we are paying 200 a year, we are paying here. They will look at your income, they will look at, in the same school, private school, somebody will be paying 100 euro per month, another person will be paying 600 per month in the same school. They will be going to the same school because at the end of the day we coexist together. That's how society is formed. If you want to do class only, you know, you are not going to exist in an orbit alone, you know, because you have to coexist at any time. You cannot be everywhere, you know. So we need such things. Like, I don't know why billionaires will be in a community and the community will be suffering. Why? I don't understand, right? They're supposed to have schemes that, you know, take, not everything we want to exploit. Like our sister said, everything is like everything okay maranonya. Like you have your trap, you see a car, a rat, you know, you want to catch it, everybody looking for who to catch mugu. That's the issue. Because why? At the foundation of it is we lack compassion, because that thing that move people to yeah, the first thing that will move you to want to help somebody to is that compassion, empathy. Like you see something, you are moved. But today we are not moved, we are mean. We are mean to each other. You will see somebody, the brother just died, they are mean to the wife. You will see somebody that the sister just died and they are left children, they will be mean to the children. We need to be able to be in a place to have compassion. If you come to this America on this place, they have, like, you know, notable people, rich people, they will have foundation, they will have scholarship fund. They don't know who you are, but if you meet the requirement, they say if you have admission, if you know, if you do like this, you do, just meet the requirement and they will sponsor you. They don't need to know your name. All you need is to be going to school. After every semester, you submit your results and they will be giving you everything you need. until you graduate, and they will record you as one of the achievements. No, no wuru wuru, our own. Everything we are looking for a way to cash out, a way to steal, a way to cheat. And all this cheating, now we dey cheat ourselves. It's like cut meat cut meat cut. Where you dey cut that meat come from? It's still from the same cow. So you want to cheat, you dey look for who dey cheat, who dey cheat that, who you dey catch that mugu. Now we are doing ourselves. We are doing ourselves. That's why if you go to the road is not there, even though they are building road every day. You go to the hospital, it's not well equipped. Why? We are doing ourselves. No matter how government equip the hospital, everything will land in private clinic. Why? Because the health minister, they are not ready to make a healthcare system, a healthcare system that will detail how a system will run. That just because you're a medical doctor doesn't mean you should go and have a private clinic, right? So that everything will function in synchrony, and so that not everybody will open one room and parlor and call it hospital and be doing operation there, right? So that everything will be coordinated, and that's how hospitals will be equipped. But if you leave it last like this, everybody can just come open anywhere, specialist hospital, private everywhere. They will go and be stealing. There's no way you will equip that federal hospital, that state federal medical center, that it will stay there. They will steal it and take it to their own private clinic, so that they will now be operating on a private basis. Hardly you see them in the federal or state hospital. If you go there, they'll be giving you their card to come to their private, and then so that you pay exorbitant bills. So at the end of the day, we'll still be crying, oh, our country, no healthcare system. Why? Because no matter how they try, because we are doing ourselves. Basically, we don't have compassion, and we are all after all we can get. All we can get. It's like they put a buffet, like food. They say go and eat. All you can eat, you are eating. You take this one. Just because it's there, you want everything. You want it all for yourself. But for what? To what end? To what purpose? The life is continuing to be hard for a lot of people because we are not having compassion. Yeah, I greet you. Good evening. Folashe, I welcome you. Abi, those that our sister said, those that have questionable wealth do not understand how to benefit others. It's true. It's true. So, uh, like, you understand, like that, it doesn't even have to be much. It doesn't have to be much. But the problem is multi-layered. Let's assume you are compassionate in Nigeria. As a Nigerian, you are compassionate, you are kind. They will say they will take you as a fool because they want to experience that meanness. If you are not mean, they will say, this one this one, it will be like you are a fool in their eye, because they are expecting you to be mean, to show them that fierce wickedness. If you are trying to be compassionate, they will take you for a fool. They will take you for granted, right? And if you are trying to be like to intervene, like you see something going on, yeah, you say, oh, like, you want to step in, you want to maybe say, okay, monthly, I can say, maybe I can give you this amount on a monthly basis, so maybe you can use it to help your family eat. And it become entitlement. They want to exploit it. They'll be thinking, okay, what can they do, what can they say? Maybe they need to cook up story. You just need to do more. Like, I don't know. I don't know, like something is really, really wrong, because at the end of the day, there is no moral compass guiding people to say this is right, this is acceptable, this is honorable, this is dishonorable. Like, if you go to all these societies that are more evolved, there are some things that they will never do because it is dishonorable. There's no honor in it, there's no integrity. And if they are caught wanting, many times they will take their own life because they cannot face the shame. But as it is right now, there's no shame for Nigerians. Like, it's all you can take, all you can get, all you can cheat, all you can lie. Like, everything is coming together, and everybody's at each other's throat. You want to intervene or help somebody, they are thinking, like, what can I do? Maybe the story I told is not okay. Maybe I need to add some, make it more dramatic. so that the person, and the person just wanted, just, out of his own little means, he just want to help. It's not like he's, the owning the whole world. I've seen so many people, they want to sponsor somebody in school, and they are really willing to say, okay, if I can pay your school fees, give you the very basic, so that at least you can, be able to go to this school and finish this school. They will say, oh wow, opportunity have come. If you tell them, what do you, instead of them to bring the minimum, like, this is someone that have his own family, he's just being kind and compassionate. You know what they are going to do? They are going to give you over bloated list, like you will be looking, you'll be thinking, wetin happen? You understand? So people have lost that moral compass to guide them about what is good, what is wrong, what is honorable, what is a taboo, what you shouldn't even think about. Right now, it's a free for all. It's a free for all. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That one is also there. That he said that, don't you see how religious leaders are also exploiting their followers, creating a sense of hatred and spiritual suspicion among them and their relatives. Yeah, I've seen that. I remember, one of my relatives, he was telling me that, they said that somebody that is doing that thing, that he should do this and he should do that, so that, the person that is doing him, that is holding him, will just spy. I say, what if it is now you they do yourself? He was shocked. He was like, how can you be asking me that? Look at what I'm, because me, from what he's saying and everything that is going on with him, I can see clearly his hand work. Like, it was his mismanagement, his own doing. When you are not doing well for yourself, when your own actions are leading to your own disasters, like, it's obvious, right? Then he is going to these people that they want to pray for him, and they are telling him that, oh, you do this, and then the person that is doing you with that, well, what if we say now you they do yourself, now you go buy you, how you go come be now? He say, me I not talk like that. I say, well, me I know they talk anything, I just say, make her still remind you, say, if you be saying a person they do you, but if you still be saying now you they do yourself, after all the problem where you get now, you now like this, you feel to really see how you take waka, say now you cause am by yourself. But if they say another person they do am, me I don't know if it be, but if it be say na you, that's the end of, like, the the idea that it could actually be him, that he no work by, you understand? Say, like, no, that's how he turned back. But there are people, if you told them, say, what is the best, and those people, they are guessing. They will say, hey, the name is so 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 name, the name is the other name. Maybe if unfortunately that name they call went to rhyme with somebody's name in the family, wahala don't come. So yeah, the problem is multifaceted. Somebody have to just to look out for himself, at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you see that it's like everybody is out to get each other somehow. So you just have to be, like, extremely guided. Even if you want to help, even if you want to intervene, even if you want to do something, like, your prayer will be like, ogome bulam, like, may my good no kill me, like, make you no go say, in the name of say you want to do something good, you want to intervene in a positive way, that you will end up, you understand, becoming a victim, god forbid. So we really have to really be conscious of that. And for me personally, I feel like, first off, there's no need to show all this opulence. There's no need to compete. We are not in a competition. Everybody come their own. Everybody will go their own. Like, nobody come together. Nobody go die together. Everybody will go in separate ways, in different forms. So I don't know what the competition is all about. And at the end of the day, everybody have different way that their life is turning out. Some people marry, some people did not marry, some people have children, some people did not have children, some people are, some people marry early, have children early, their children are grown up, some people marry late and their children are still babies. Like there's really no need to compete, because at the end of the day, we are all going through the life in different ways. So what we should hope is that however anybody is coming along with his life, that there is joy in that life, that there is dignity in that life, that he's able to still maintain himself with joy and with love, that the person is just not suffering, that the person is not having a terrible time. But other than that, there's no need to compete and compare, because even though we all went to the same school or graduated from the same course or went through the same village or whatever, we can never all have it the same. It is impossible. Some people will have more, some people will have less, some people will be average. It is like that. That is how life is. And then life happens, so many things happens in life, sickness, health, you don't know what is coming, and you don't know how the whole thing is going. So I don't know the essence of all the boasting and all the bragging and all the looting and all the, and it's a shame, because the whole world is looking at us, and the whole world is moving forward, advancing, and we are still at the basic, the basic survival mode of eating and drinking and burning picking. Like, we have not elevated beyond that basic biological needs, and psychological. We have not even started those psychological needs. We are still in that basic biological needs, eating, like procreating. We have not even gone beyond that, and the rest of the world, they are going further. They are going further, they are doing other things. And for example, we are still occupied with having more children, choosing the sex of the child. Or like today, they will say, oh, they don't want female children, they don't want female children, they don't want female. There are countries that even female or male, they no see. Even female or male, they no see, because the birth rate is so low. Like if you go to Japan, they are closing down so many schools, no children to attend it. In this country, Germany, they are closing so many schools, no children, especially in rural areas. Where things are bubbling is in the big cities. If you go to small, small towns, they are merging schools, they are breaking down apartment buildings, they are turning it into forests, because nobody, right? They are turning it into forests, like they will remove all the beton, all the cement, or everything. They will remove everything and, plant trees there, so that it will start growing as if it's a natural place. You understand? Because they don't even see boy or girl. And then when they have a child, boy or girl, everybody is educated. They say everybody will contribute to the society the same. You are a man, you go to school. At the end of the day, you get a job, you start working, you start paying your tax. You are a woman, you go to school, you learn a trade, you do something. At the end of the day, you start working, you start contributing, you start paying your tax. That's what matters at the end of the day, that everybody contribute their quota. But we are still at a phase that we are still looking at some section of our human, that they are not valuable enough. I don't want a female child. I don't want female child. Every day I don't want female child. Then you want your population to be sterilized involuntarily. That's what you are asking for. You are asking for sterilization, because what is a country without women? But I don't understand this low mentality is just affecting us in so many different ways. Yeah. Yeah. So my people, I think we've had a long talk this evening. Um, yeah. By the grace of God, I don't know, I don't think I'll have time tomorrow, but I will see how it goes. Then we will see us in the course of the week. So I want to appreciate every one of you that stayed and listened up to this time. Share the video. Let's continue to interact and have conversations like this to, you know, try to see where and how we can start changing our mindset, and trying to build moral compass. And for me, I think it's having a moral compass and having compassion. Those things goes together. Like there's a video I saw before I go. There's a video I saw. Somebody, I don't, they were two young men. They say they stole or something in Onitsha, and one man was actively the one in front there, being the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Only him, na him they do, na him they pour ground, na him they carry tire, na him they put fire. Wetin happen? Who give you that authority? Like, like this is too low, too low, too low. There's no society that want to advance that will be doing something like that. But that is the reality we have in Nigeria. Yeah. So unfortunately, it is what it is. The problem are many. So most times I try to dwell on what can be done and not to sink in the negativity. And I pray that God will help us as we continue to talk about it, that people are being awakened to, having moral compass, a guiding light in their hearts that guide them to what is right, what is acceptable, what has dignity, what is a taboo, what is honorable, so that they will begin to live their life following that moral compass. Normally, that is what Christianity should do. That's what religion should do, because you believe in the Bible and the morality that comes from that, or that you believe in the Quran and the morality that comes from that. But because of the corruption, like our brother said, that we are also seeing in religious institutions, people have also lost that moral compass that they're supposed to have from religion. So now it's like every man for himself. But in all things, I think we don't have any other choice but to continue to be positive and not to be afraid, to continue to have hope for a better Nigeria, a better future, not only for Nigeria, for even the whole of the Black people. Yeah. So thank you so much, my people. I appreciate you all. I wish you have a great week ahead. May God bless each and every one of us, and may He grant us peace and grace as we go out for our daily bread in the coming week. Bye for now.